Hello. In this video, we talk about Lambda function, or called anonymous function in Python. So we know if we use a function, generally the function has a name and there's a block of function definition. But the Lambda function performs a similar task, but without defining a function with a name. So the basic form of a Lambda function is lambda, this keyword lambda, which means we will define a lambda function or anonymous function. The next is the arguments, then with a colon and with expression. The arguments is same as the parameters, or the arguments will have the value passed to the function definition in the general function. So we have arguments, then colon, and expression. Expression is just a one-line statement, have similar effect as the general function's block definition. So for example, this is a general function. We'll define f square x and will return the value of x squared. So we can call this function with a passing value 10. But if we use lambda function, it will be lambda x squared. Then this is just like a function. So lambda function and passing 10 if we call this. Or we can save this lambda function to an object called the result. Then we can use the result 10 just the same as we call this function with the passing value 10. So next we go to Python IDE to see more examples. So here we will create a general function for square. We call this function with the parameter 10 value. So the result is 100. And if we use lambda function, so lambda x squared. So this is the function. So we can call this function. So lambda x squared 10. Or we can save to a result of lambda function, then use this result with the passing value 10. Then the lambda function is always used with many options or conditional statements. For example, here we can create a lambda function called CALC. So lambda with the number as arguments. So inside the statement is odd number, which is a string. So if this number divided by 2, the remainder not equal to 0, else we'll show the even number. So this is a statement. The result will be either odd number or even number based on this conditional test of this number. So the lambda function created, and we call this with the passing 20, so even number. And if we pass 19, so the odd number. And you can also, for example, working with strings. So lambda is, the inside is the string space join. Join with what? Join with the character for each character in S if this character is not digit. So we'll join all alphabets together from the input string. So we will run concatenate of this lambda function and with a passing string here. So you can see all alphabets joined together. And this is a lambda function to concatenate the string with this excrement symbol. So we can run with passing this string. So I like programming with this symbol. And more example for string. So we can sum the numbers for each string change to integer value, then sum together. So this number is 8 if we pass in this number. And the lambda function can be little complicated used and can be combined with other functions, for example, sort, field, and map. So next example show this. So first we create a list with 6 numbers. Then, for example, we can sort this number by using the sorted function. The inside first is this list object. The second option, because the sorted has an option called key. So this is the rule for the sorted. And for the key, we can write a lambda function. So because this list with all the elements for string, so we can use integer function as the expression for this lambda function. So change each element into integer first, then sort it. This is the result. I can see the result is also string because sorted is temporary, not finally change. So next is to filter. So filter this list. But what's the rule? So we will write a lambda function. So the rule is not what? Not inside for the not is this integer value of this element divided by 2 with remainder 0. So even number and positive number. So we will rule out the positive integer. Positive even number, then filter out. So all the positive even number filter out. So 5632 filter out, excluded. So the next function is to map. So map, we know the map is a map function to apply a function to the object. So this function here can be used with a lambda function. So here lambda is to plus 10 with the integer value of this string element. So the result will be also a list of 6 strings, but the values have been added with 10. Thanks for watching.